Hi, my name is Rahul, and today we are going to do a detailed review of Redmi Note 7 Pro to see how it performs in daily life. Let's do the review. So first we are going to talk about the display. So in terms of display specs, you can see that it has a 6.3-inch Full HD Plus display, 19.5:9 ratio, 450 nits of top brightness. It has a water drop notch, and it is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 5. So, in terms of indoors, it's a great multimedia device. You can watch videos. It has decent colors, and you can see that it's a very good display indoor. It can get bright, as I mentioned. It can go up to 450 night brightness, and it has a very slight bezels. Also, you can see. Other than this chin, you can see that it is very less bezels all around. In terms of outdoor also, as I mentioned, it has 450 nits brightness. It is usable outside, but it is not the best display. I think the performance is very similar to Realme 3 Pro here. So I don't know, it can get bright, but it's also very reflective. If you attach a screen guard again, it will be more reflective. That is what I feel about the display. It's an above average display for the price. In terms of design, this is a glass design and it looks gorgeous. I mean, this blue color really looks cool, and it feels really good in the hand. I will not lie about this. See, the light reflection also looks really cool, and this device feels really good. There is no doubt about it. It has on the back, it has dual camera, and also the fingerprint sensor, and also the Redmi by Xiaomi branding. And on the bottom you can see that it has a USB type C port, and there is a speaker grill, then volume rocker key and the power button side, and on the front there is this water drop notch, and on the top there is IR blaster, the 3.5 headphone jack, and the mic, and on the side you can see that there is a SIM ejector tool. It's a gorgeous looking device, but you have to use a back cover if you want to protect the device. So that is that. And the fingerprint scanner works really well, and I really love the or really like the fingerprint scanner. It works really fast and is very accurate. Face unlock also works really well, but I personally does not like using face unlock. I don't see it very much protective or say secure than the fingerprint sensor. So I prefer fingerprint sensor over the face unlock. And it also has hybrid slot. I'm hopeful that Xiaomi will change this and bring the triple card slot on the next device at least. In the performance department, it comes with Snapdragon 675. So, as you know, this was a huge debate on social media about whether Kirin 675 or the Snapdragon 710 Realme 3 Pro is better. In terms of CPU, yes, it performs better in benchmarks. In terms of GPU, Realme 3 performs in the benchmarks better. But personally, in real life, you are not going to see any much difference. You are never going to see any difference with your naked eye. Maybe there will be slight difference in gaming performance and slightly better performance in gaming in Realme 3 Pro, but I don't think you can see that either. So I will be putting a small sample for you to check out the gaming performance and also the speaker test of Redmi Note 7 Pro. So now we can talk about the software here. Yeah, the software is that it comes with Android 9 out of the box, and it has MIUI 10.2.10 update. And here it is a problem with MIUI is a great UI. I really like it. It has lot of features, like lot of features inbuilt. You can see it has this second space. It has a lot of features. If you go for it, you can see that there is a Mi Pay right now. That's a new one inbuilt. It's a great UI, but because of the ad problems, I right now I don't prefer MIUI over that. I hope Xiaomi fix this and out of the box, and next Redmi devices come without any ads. So if I try the, it supports camera to APS, so you can install the a compatible Redmi sorry, the Google camera to get a maybe a better performance on the camera. And it also has security level 1 support, so Amazon and Amazon, Netflix, everything can get HD videos from the device. And in terms of battery, it comes with 4000 mAh battery. It's a huge battery and it performs really well. This is the best performance I got from this device, 7 hours 53 minutes of screen on time. But usually I have to say it is around 6 hours, 6 hours 40 minutes, etc. 7 hours also I only got twice, so that is that. In terms of charging, the inbox charger is not quick charge support. It just charge and it takes too much time to charge the device, maybe around 2 hours or something around like that. And when I use the quick charge 3 charger I have, it is showing that it's charging quickly. You can see that it supports quick charging. You can see that it's showing charging fast. So if you buy a new charger, it will be great for you so that you can charge faster. And in terms of camera, you can see it has an amazing 48 MP f1.7 and 500 camera and a 500 depth sensor. This is the latest Sony sensor and it is supposed to perform really well. And the front camera is 13 MP f2.2 aperture camera. Let's see in daily life how it performs. I took this camera around 4 to see how it performs. So in daylight it really performs well. I think it gets smart on colors. It has a good dynamic range. You can see from the pictures it took some amazing pictures, I have to say. Details are also well held, but in 48 MB I don't see the need of using 48 MB because the difference was very negligible. So if I talk about the Realme 3 Pro, I guess the colors are little off if you compare to Redmi Note 7 Pro, but it sometimes get it right, but there is a slight, there's sometimes a chance of missing, it gets the colors wrong. But this one in daylight, it's a great performer. In terms of selfies, you can see that it can take good selfies. It has decent details and everything. You can see how well it has actually has captured, but the problem is when a dynamic range, this kind of situation happens, dynamic ranges messes it up. The highlights are blown out many times. There are a lot of selfies on my phone that has this overblown highlights. That's very disappointing. They had to fix that. Selfies on low light is not that great, just like any other device. It's decent, it's okay, that's it. In terms of portrait mode, Xiaomi has really good portrait mode, I have to say. They have good subject separation, whether it is a human or anything else. You can see that it has good separation, and it's pretty good. Even in the human subject, the colors are also nice. Even in low light, the portraits perform really well. You can see from this image also. The front camera portraits also performs pretty good. This is a pretty good picture, I guess. In low light also portrait mode works, but already the low light image is not great, so it works, that's it. And then we go into the low light images. In auto mode it clicks good pictures, but with that sensor I expect a little more because I have used Realme 3 Pro just before this device, so I was expecting it to have better performance than Realme 3 Pro. But in terms of my eyes, Realme 3 Pro actually surprised me with better low light performance. If you ask me, I think it actually have better detail and also better noise control over the images. This has problem with a lot of lights and everything. Sometimes it messes it up. You can see from bridge image, etc. Night mode actually brightens the image, but I feel it loses too much details. Then I don't like that it is losing too much detail. Also it over sharpens. Also that might be the reason why it is losing details. In this picture it is really over sharpened. His face was over sharpened. Sometimes it is okay for oversharpening like this image, and the next image actually oversharpening actually worked wonders. I think these are the best two night mode with nightscape pictures I have taken with Xiaomi's night mode. This is the real camera sound of Redmi Note 7. Primary camera 1080p stabilization is really good. There is no question that it has one of the best stabilization under 15K. Xiaomi actually has a very good stabilization.
Hi guys, this is the front camera sample of Redmi Note.
Front camera actually performed better, keep details, and it also has the same issue and the photo does just like that. It over exposes, and there is too much light. The highlights are sometimes overblown, but otherwise it's pretty good.
This is a low light rear camera sample of Redmi Note 7 Pro.
Low light is pretty good. It is nothing to write home about, but yeah, because there is too much jitter because it is using EAS.
Hi guys, this is a front camera sample of
I would
Redmi
say
Note
you
7
should
Pro.
not take low light video at all. It's not good at all. Then we talk about a slow mo. It has a 1080p slow mo, what 120 fps. Surprisingly, it has great details. I actually was quite surprised with the slow motion. It really performed really well. I think it is really good. When I think about the Realme 3 Pro actually had 960 fps slow motion, which was a software thing. I'm happy that Note 7 Pro didn't try to implement the same here. Redmi 3 Pro slow motion was pretty bad. I really didn't like this. This is really good. I mean, at least it is just 120 fps, but it's pretty good. I will put some comparison photos I had taken with Realme 3 Pro. In this picture, I prefer Redmi 7 because it has slightly better color on the house. This picture I slightly prefer Realme 3 because of the bokeh it gets. This picture also I prefer Realme 3 because of the color and how close it can get in the flowers. This both images actually messed up the colors of this plant. Low light I said previously I prefer Realme 3 Pro. You can see it on the images slightly it is better. So see the stadium picture itself. Also Redmi Note 7 Pro has slightly wider angle than Realme 3 Pro. If you use nightscape also, see this image is evenly light on and some is a little over brighten the images in the Redmi Note 7 Pro. So I prefer Realme 3 Pro in the low light images. So as a conclusion for the review, I will be comparing this phone to Realme 3 Pro as the as a real conclusion. So in terms of design, Redmi Note 7 Pro has glass design as you have seen, so it feels really good in hand. On the opposite, Realme 3 Pro has a plastic design, but I feel it is more practical because there is less chance of getting damaged on this phone. So you have to prefer whether you want a good looking design that you will cover with a back cover hard case or a plastic design which you just need to have to cover for scratches only, so you can use a transparent cover. So in terms of display, both are very similar. Indoor, they are very good. You can use it for great multimedia content, but outdoor, it both device gets bright, but both are very reflective under direct sunlight. And in terms of battery, both are very similar, but Xiaomi Note 7 Pro actually, Redmi Note 7 Pro actually outperforms Realme 3 Pro slightly because of the OS optimization. But out of the box, Realme 3 Pro comes with a quick charger and it charges in 1 hour 20 minutes, full charge for 4000 mAh battery. But it has a old micro USB port. But on the other side, Note 7 Pro actually has the latest USB Type C port, but it charges slowly. There's a huge difference on the charging speed between both, but you can actually buy a new quick charger to charge the phone fast, but that is an extra amount you have to spend. Then about the camera, the rear camera in daylight, I prefer Redmi Note 7 Pro because it has slightly better colors in daylight. And in terms of portrait mode, I prefer Redmi Note 7 Pro because it has a better subject separation from the background. The algorithm is slightly better, and also the subject color is also slightly better on Note 7 Pro. But in terms of video, both have similar details, but in 1080p, the stabilization is pretty superior in Note 7 Pro than Realme 3 Pro. But in terms of selfie camera, in low light both are very similar, but in daylight Realme 3 Pro has a very superior selfie camera because details are great. It has better dynamic range. Note 7 Pro has a tendency to overexpose the background. So they have to fix it via the software update. I am expecting something like that, but it is somewhat a common issue in Redmi devices recently, about the overexposing. Then about the low light, I prefer Realme 3 Pro because I think it does better in either auto mode or in the nightscape or night mode. Sometimes in the night mode, Xiaomi actually gives a slightly brighter images, but details are still, compared to Realme 3 is not great. So I prefer Realme 3 Pro in low light. So in terms of OS, I usually prefer MIUI because I think it's slightly better in terms of look and feel than ColorOS. ColorOS 6 update actually gave it the ColorOS a better look and feel, but still it keeps a lot of tacky cartoonish things in the OS, which I really don't like in the UI. But MIUI have ads, and you can actually remove the ads by spending time on the phone. But I think it is not right. Out of the box, devices should come without any ads. That is that. So so until that happens, I will prefer ColorOS over the MIUI. I forgot about the performance. I think in terms of benchmark, there is difference between CPU and GPU, but I think in real life you are not going to see much difference. That is what I think. So think about what cons and pros actually affects you, and buy the phone according to that. That will be your perfect phone. There is nothing like a perfect form, as I mentioned, but for you can actually decide which are the cons or pros that affect you in your daily usage, and choose the phone. Either way, under 15K you can choose either phone, and you will be happy with it. I am hopeful that you enjoy this video. If you like the video, please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to my channel. So we will see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.